I think Helena was typecast early on. There were continually, you know, will we ever get Helena out of a corset?
That summer, when director Ian Softly asked her to star in his adaptation of the Henry James novel The Wings of the Dove, Bonham Carter flat out refused. Helena feared that her performance would take a back seat to period decor. But when he hinted that perhaps she was too old for the role, the feisty actress took offence and insisted on an audition.
Action! Action!
Starring as a manipulative upper-class woman who tries to hold on to both her money and her lower-class lover, Helena's performance in The Wings of the Dove was a critical success.
It was so complex and so defined and so human. When you know somebody and you're familiar with the work, but when you see them excel in a completely real, unself-conscious way, it's so fulfilling.
The 31-year-old was finally forced to admit that the costume drama she was eager to leave behind had led to some of her finest work. That year, Helena earned her first Oscar nomination as Best Actress. Bonham Carter was thrilled to be included in the ranks of cinema's finest, alongside Julie Christie and Judi Dench. For the woman who had once been written off as just a pretty face, it was a vindication. Although Helena confessed her disappointment when Helen Hunt took home the award, she promised herself that her best work was yet to come. And audiences would soon be surprised by just how far Helena Bonham Carter was willing to go. In 1998, Helena Bonham Carter was ready to make a stand on her own, both on and off the screen. She had bought a house just a 10-minute bus ride down the road from her parents and was eager to prove once and for all that the prim and proper character she often played had nothing to do with the real-life spiky-haired smoker. That year, she teamed up with boyfriend Kenneth Branagh to play Jane Hatcher, a wheelchair-bound woman with a fatal motor neuron disease, hoping to lose her virginity, in The Theory of Flight. Fans were happy to see the usually private couple act out a romantic relationship on screen, although in public the actors still refused to discuss their personal life. Helena drew from her emotional experiences dealing with her father's illness and called it one of her most difficult roles ever. Even after 17 years in the business and an impressive body of work, Helena remained her own harshest critic.
She feels that she has talent, though she has some problems. She's very, very self-critical about her acting.
But reviewers applauded her, and the 32-year-old actress was primed to move on to darker characters and edgier parts.
The expectation is that she is somehow an English Rose kind of character, and she's not.
Testicular cancer should be no contest, I think.
Well, technically, I have more of a right to be there than you. You still have your balls.
Kidding.
I don't know. Am I?
Bonham Carter perfected her American accent to play the neurotic, nymphomaniac girlfriend of Brad Pitt and Edward Norton in Fight Club.
Fincher's an extremely technical director. I mean, he's very committed. I would say that normally you'd be done at 8 or 10 takes, and Fincher's got 25 to go. I think Helena was well suited to working with David because Helena's pretty even.
Helena, now a seasoned pro, made sure she conserved her energy for her performance.
There is one piece of advice I'd like to give you. And she said, if you're standing and you could be sitting, sit. And if you're sitting and you could be lying down, lie down.
My character, Marla, she's deeply odd. She's very weird. She's a chain-smoking, sort of death-obsessed support group junkie.
You're a faker. You're not dying.
Sorry.
So you're a tourist. Okay, I've seen you. I saw you with melanoma, I saw you had tuberculosis, I saw you had testicular cancer.
I saw you practicing this.
Practicing what?
Telling me off. Is it going as well as you hoped? Rupert.
I'll expose you.
Go ahead. I'll expose you.
All right, come together, let yourselves cry.
Acting is a very challenging profession, so it allows people who may have a low boredom threshold, I'm not sure if Helly does, but it allows them a variety in their life.
This is Cancer, right? Certainly a film that you've never seen before, and I think you're unlikely to see again. Unless you see it twice, of course.
What is that? It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
Oh my God. Who did this?
A person.
Guy or girl?
What do you care if it's a guy or a girl?
What do you care if I ask?
It's none of your business.
You're
Leave me
afraid to
alone.
say.
I am not afraid to say, let me go.
No! Talk to me!
Let go of me.
No.
Leave me alone.
This conversation
This conversation
is over.
is over.
Although Fight Club was criticised for its excessive violence, the film brought rave reviews from critics who called it innovative and challenging cinema. And Bonham Carter's box office clout rocketed.
When you see something like Fight Club and you see how extraordinarily modern she can be, how far she'd come as an actress, she's not just a pretty face.
She's just got like the most mordant, dry wit. She's much more like Marla Singer than she is like, you know, the Merchant Ivory Girls.
Shut up! Listen, I tried, Tyler. I really tried.
I know you did.
There are things about you I like. You're smart, you're funny, you're spectacular in bed. But you're intolerable. You have very serious emotional problems. Deep-seated problems for which you should seek professional help.
I know, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're sorry, I'm sorry, everyone's sorry, but I can't do this anymore. I can't. I won't. I'm gone.
You can't leave, Marla. You're not sick.
Helena knew that relocating to Hollywood was the best way to get more high-profile work. But she was unwilling to give up her life in England and her close ties with parents and friends.
I think it's difficult being away from home for a very long time. Things like that she finds quite tricky sometimes.
Bonham Carter's lengthy absences were also affecting her relationship with Kenneth Branagh. Each actor was deeply committed to their craft, and the couple spent long periods apart working on separate projects. In October of 1999, after 5 years together, Helena and Kenneth split up. Once again, the press had plenty to say about Helena's personal life, but she was too busy with work to pay attention.
She comes a bit listless when she doesn't have, when she's not working. The thing, she's always happiest when she's working.
In the year 2000, Bonham Carter went back to the world of independent cinema, where she enjoyed the wider variety of material open to her. That year, she agreed to star in director David Atkin's feature debut, a comedy called Novocaine. On set, Helena was in her element, thrilled to be playing a character for laughs opposite Laura Dern and Steve Martin. But the 34-year-old actress had also accepted her most unusual role to date, a part that would surprise even those who thought they knew Helena Bonham Carter. At the end of 2000, Helena Bonham Carter reported to 20th Century Fox to begin production on their reworking of the 1968 science fiction classic, Planet of the Apes.
It's certainly a departure from Edwardian corseted films that some people know her for. But she said she wanted to do it because she was in by the director, Tim Burton, and his unusual talent.
She's great because, you know, she doesn't seem to care how she looks. And that I find, as with actors, there's a real freedom, there's an excitement when you work with them.